It's sad when our 1-15 Cam Cameron season didn't make our fans fly banners, but the roster does say a lot. Whatever, bro. I mean, I keep telling you people this. Did it do anything? Did they fire him after a banner? By the way, it's a waste of money. Should have bought Bitcoin. But you know what? The people that fly banners just want to get their shit out there on the news and the newspapers and social media, and then they can tell their buddies, "Oh yeah, I did that. I did that." But what again, what banner works? What banner works? Logic would have told you fire McDaniel right at that game 3 in the Buffalo game, so you have 11 games to the next game, and that's it. And try something, turn the page, and they didn't. And all you hear is patience, and all you hear because they're not worried about winning, bro. And that Jeremy Fowler report. Oh, when the seats when people aren't going to games, bullshit, dude. You'll just sell them to the visiting teams and that's it. You'll make your money back. The visiting team will want to come because your team sucks, so they have a great chance of winning. Plus, they're coming to South Florida. They're going to win. It doesn't matter. They're not pressured. I love that part. Well, if it's if the seats are empty, it's a different world nowadays. 20 years ago, there wasn't the transfer of tickets and all that kind of stuff, and now it's just a whole different ball game now. Fans will fly down, especially to Miami, to Los Angeles, to Las Vegas. You got a destination place, people will go to it. So if the Dolphin fan doesn't want to go, it doesn't matter. The Charger fan will, well, maybe some of them. But everywhere else, yes, the Jet fan, the Bills fan, whatever it is, the Steeler fan, the Ravens fan, they will buy your tickets. So guess who wins? The Ross family. There's zero hurry. So your stupid little billboards and your stupid little planes and all that shit. You know what that is, dude? That's just an ego thing. That's just a me thing because it's really not going to get anything done. So fly all your silly little banners, post all your little billboards, do whatever you want. The owners don't give a shit about you. I don't know how many times I've got to say, on this show, we're going to give you the brutal honesty no matter what. Like yesterday, I was in the car and I was listening to Hawk and Crowder, and Solana goes, I know we don't want to we never want to play the doom and gloom game. And I laughed right when I heard that, right? Because it's basically telling the listener, we will not be honest with you about your teams because we're afraid of your reaction. Oh my God, they're talking negative about my team. Oh, I'm not going to listen to these guys. Well, if you're that immature, I don't want you to listen. But I get it. Their style of radio is much more popular. Goof off, really don't break anything. You really don't bring anything to the table in the sports wise. It's just clowning around for 4 hours. In general, more people like that kind of stuff. So I get it. Stay away from actual news and real stuff that's going on because it's better to make it the lighter side of it because that's kind of the way you stay, neutral and nobody will dislike you for anything like that. Because if you're negative about something, oh my God, people will, I know I've felt this for 30 years. So I've been battling this forever. So I get it. But I laugh at that because is that really our job? Is our job to avoid the truth? Like I told you guys, the consequences of what you're doing this year ruins next year already. Like, we were all trying to see if they're going to build something to win. You're not going to win next year. Again, next year will be some kind of a reset that we're in. It's the second part of the reset here because you're going to have to add new coaches, new schemes, new players. You've been through it a whole bunch. I'm sure, the boys on the afternoon show will avoid the honesty of it, but I'm not going to avoid the honesty and say, hey, bro, next year we're into another, bad year or transition year because there's no way. It's just, there's no way. You're just not going to, hey, turn it around and we're going to become a perennial playoff team starting next year. No, no, that's just so rare. It's impossible practically. You know what I'm saying? So be prepared. It's going to be another really long season next year. It's going to be another transitional year again because of what you just started here. Cleared out a whole bunch of stuff. You brought in a whole bunch of young guys. And I love the whole thing. Don't you know? You know what I love about some of the well, no, let's try to place. Let's go get Wilkins and let's go play older. No, dude, that's not what this season's about. Like, it's so many in the media have actually missed everything that's going on here because you're still trying to win. They're not trying to win. There's no way you built a roster that's trying to win. And then all of a sudden now you want to go sign veteran players because the defensive tackles are struggling. You want to go get a veteran guard or somebody to put in because Savannah. No, dude. This is part of it. You got to suck it up and deal with it. And this is why I told you guys it was going to be bad. So I was laughing when I'm in the car yesterday and I'm listening to the guys in the afternoon. And so, well, I know we want to stay away from the doom and gloom. And I go, yeah, of course, because you're a wussy ass show that is afraid of actually telling people the truth because you're afraid of how they'll react. So stay with your fluff ass approach to shit. I get it. I get it. And that's what people like. They'd rather be lied to, they'd rather be misdirected and, kept busy and all that kind of stuff. But that's just, that's not really our job. It's really not our job. We're supposed to actually be brutally honest about what's really going on. You know what I mean? So if you feel it, the doom and gloom, but you want to avoid it, that's cowardly, dude. That's cowardly. You want to avoid the doom and gloom. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just can't do that here. I'm not going to do that. We'll talk great about, hey, man, it's awesome. The Panthers are kicking some ass. So that's fantastic. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Fort Lauderdale United kicking some ass. We'll talk about the University of Miami football team kicking some ass. Sorry, Dolphins, you don't belong in that conversation. It's your fault, not ours. That's just the honest approach to it all. It's not a doom and gloom thing. You set up your own fate. I don't, you don't. We have no control over it. But at least I know that I'm not going to sit here and make a mockery of everything that goes on. So there's no substance involved. Nah, yeah, that's nah. I'd rather actually have some substance, make a real assessment of things, and say, hey, man, this doesn't look good. This is not a good picture here for this one. Look, the Panthers, the injuries. Did I take the negative approach to it? Not at all. I said, if anything, this is the kind of team that's built to overcome the Barkov and Kachuk injuries. Immediately, a lot of people took a negative. I did not. You get what you deserve on this show. Period. End of story. You get what you have earned. And when I look at the Panthers, I look at a super tough and resilient team that is loaded with stars and young stars. Something that InterMiami doesn't do with all the money that Moss or Viola has. Uh, uh, um, Watch the difference. Okay, watch how the GM on that side with the owners. They're preparing their team for the future with the Lundells of the world and all that. And then you look at this side on the Inter Miami, and all they do is spend their money on old farts, and they get rid of their young guys. So, you get what you deserve on this show. We give you a fair assessment, good or bad. And when it's bad, we're going to say it's bad. When it's good, we're going to say it's good. When it's great, we're going to say it's great. We're not going to be with this approach of, we want to stay away from the doom and gloom. You know, Heard that, and wow, weak ass sauce, dude.
This is the Big O Show.